Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Dream, and you are here on the It's All Good show. This week, our topic is empowered healing, self-healing techniques that work. And it's all about taking our power back and being empowered in our own healing process. I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole here, but but by and large, and I'm painting with broad strokes here, by and large, doctors don't have your back. They are not out for you. And I think we've seen it more and more. It's turned into a giant business. It's a huge industry, and it's being driven by big pharma. And we've seen what happens with that. We've seen in the last couple of weeks preemptive pardons for things that people should be, held accountable for, and all of this. But that's not really where I'm going tonight. Where I'm going is what you can do based on what you have available to you to work on a self-healing process. And this all came more to the forefront for me this week. I've had the opportunity to do some one-on-one sessions. We on the road, and we were able to book a healing center and do some one-on-one sessions here. And we can't always do that. We did 96 group events last year all over the country. That doesn't leave much time for us to slow down and set everything up and do the individual sessions. And this is kind of setting everything up for our pop-up healing center for 2 months, March and April, here in just a month or so in Southern California, in Ventura, California. I'll be having a healing center set up for private custom retreats, 3-day retreats for people to come in from all over the country, for a 3-day customized retreat for exactly whatever it is you need and serves your highest and best. And then also we'll be offering hourly treatments and sessions out of the center. And so when I talk about empowered healing, it's taking our power back. It is understanding that anything that shows up on the physical body has its roots in the emotional body. And because we didn't pay attention to it when it was in the emotional body, it had to jump into our physical body, waving a flag saying, "Hey, I'm going to get your attention," basically stopping us in our tracks. And what is it? Whatever it is, it's a messenger. It has a message for us. But our first inclination is to push it away. No, that's not for me. I don't accept that. I'm not about this. And I'm not suggesting that we own whatever it is and whatever diagnosis and whatever label we put on what's going on the physical body. I'm saying we acknowledge it and we recognize it. And then literally we ask it, what is the message that you have for us? What I found this weekend while I was doing one-on-one sessions is most of the major things that are happening to people were like overlaying anger about it. We're not in a place of loving acceptance so we can get the message. It's kind of like, oh, screw you, get out of my body. I don't want you here, this and that, instead of, hey, I love you. Thanks for showing up. I know you have a message for me. The sooner you can help me understand what that message is, the sooner I can send you away. You don't need to be here. And it sounds so simple. I get it. But I guess the question is, before you judge everything that I'm talking about here, is, have you tried it? So I had a patient earlier this week that has a cyst And this person had not even thought about giving it love. Okay. There was anger around it. There was frustration around it. There was all sorts of emotions. But the one major emotion that was missing was love. And so we turned that around, and I will report back to you on what happens. But, it was like, I love you for showing up on my physical body, for showing up in my physical realm, because you've got a message for me, and it's a really important message. And I'm going to do everything I can to get and understand what that message is. And so we go through a process of writing about it, top of the page of paper. This cyst is helping me understand. That's the headline. And then just writing and writing and writing and writing and see what comes through. Most of the time, when my clients read the writing afterwards, they're like, I had no idea that played into it. And it's not writing and thinking about it and being like, let's see, I should say it this way. It's like, no, just pen to paper, stream of consciousness, just completely opening up to what your subconscious, because if you could understand it with your conscious mind, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So opening up to what your subconscious would like to show you. Had a lot of female clients recently, and it's that old story of repression of the female spirit. And I'm convinced that's where uterine fibroids come from. That's where other female physical issues stem from. And it's one thing to say, oh, yeah, that's the repression of the female spirit. But what my clients have found, and what has turned into uterine fibroids literally disappearing, and doctors saying, I can't believe they're gone, and the patient saying, yeah, that's great, and we're canceling my surgery, is that I'm not healing any of these people. Okay. What I'm doing is I'm holding space and holding a shared belief system with my client, who then is going into the deep dive, doing the writing, pulling out the experiences, identifying choices and decisions that were made when they were 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, that are still affecting them to this day as they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s. And so, say what you will, but my question is, if you're dealing with something in the physical body, why don't you play the game with it? Why don't you go through a process of loving it? Do you know that we have palm chakras? We have palm chakras. We bless our food with them, the whole thing. And if you're trained in Reiki or anything like that, you know that you've got energy centers in the middle of your palms. So you've got something going on in your body. How about going ahead and placing your palm on it, allowing the energy directed from you, from your heart, from a loving, accepting place, going into whatever that issue is, and at the same time asking for what the message is that it has for you. I mean, the easiest way I explain it is when UPS comes to your door, rings your doorbell, you answer it, says, "Oh, Mr. Smith, a package for you." Mr. Smith signs his name, takes the package from the UPS man. The UPS man doesn't saddle up next to Mr. Smith and say, "Hey, what are we doing today?" Why is that? Because you got the package, you got the message. The messenger can leave now. So uterine fibroids, cysts, anything that shows up, cancers, anything that shows up in the physical experience of a human being can be traced back to the emotional body. And it's not about blame or anything like that. It's like We're creating this. We're energy. We're creating energy. We're doing this. I understand that there are other mitigating factors out there. What are they spraying? What's the pesticides on our food? This, that, and the other thing. I'm absolutely convinced that the emotional body technique of identifying what it's connected to can cure a majority, if not all, of whatever we have going on in the physical body. And that's a pretty big statement, but it's based on what I've seen and what I've experienced in my own life. Palm chakra is putting healing energy on the body wherever that affliction is showing up. Saying to whatever it is, I love you, thank you for showing up. Please help me understand what message you have for me. And then that message isn't going to show up just on a silver platter, as much as we would love for it to do that. Pay attention. You're going to have to pay attention to the signs and messages all around you. Your subconscious already knows how that was created or how that was allowed in. Your subconscious already knows. And your reality is wanting you to find out what it is. But it's up to you. The writing assignment, huge. So much success with that. The shift of perspective of loving what's showing up as opposed to being angry about it, being disgusted by it, being upset by it. Moving into that loving space. Love heals all things. What did Dr. Sandra Rose Michael say on one of the early podcasts that we did on the It's All Good show? Knowledge is our power, love is our superpower. So the knowledge becomes, where did this get started? What is this energy attached to? What is it in my emotional body? What is it in my belief system? And then love is the superpower that's going to heal it. And so this works. It absolutely works. First thing I have my clients do when they come to me and say, I've got this, that, or the other, is I'm like, go to Google and go ahead and search metaphysical meaning of uterine fibroids, metaphysical meaning of fill in the blank, whatever it is that you know or that they've told you you have. Louise Hayes did a lot of work with this. And so her information is going to pop up out there, and it will say, here's what uterine fibroids is all about. And then it will give you affirmations to say. And so then you're taking it and you're working with these energies instead of fighting them. You're embracing them instead of pushing them away. So I guess the big question is, what do you have to lose trying this? Is it going to make your situation worse? No, I highly doubt that. Is there a possibility that it's going to make it better? You're going to have to figure that out. But I'll put something else out there. If you're personally dealing with something and what I'm talking about right now resonates with you and makes sense, let me join your team. I do no charge phone calls for people. They're 20 minutes long. Let me assist you in getting a perspective that serves you at a higher level of how you can work with this. At the end of the phone call, there's an assignment. It'll be a writing assignment, a research assignment, doing some activity, or a combination of all three. You do the assignment, you get another phone call from me. I deal with you I'll stop doing the phone calls when you stop doing the assignments. So a lot of my clients are approaching it the way that I'm talking about right now because the doctors they're going to are saying surgery, surgery, surgery. Let's cut that thing out. Look up the statistics on uterine fibroids. Most women have them surgically removed. And guess what? A very large percentage of them come back within 3 to 5 years. Why is that? It, to me, validates my point. They didn't get the message. You don't get the message, the messenger keeps coming back. And I believe keeps coming back with more persistence than the first time. And so let's take our power back. Let's put healing back into our own hands, into our own palm chakras. Feel the energy of what I'm talking about here. Many of you are at your wits' end. Okay? Do what I'm talking about here. Combine it with the EE system energetic, combine it with right frequencies, combine it with sound and vibrational healing, essential oils. The energetics and the technologies can only back up and support what I'm talking about. The EE system energetic assists people in bringing their cells back up to a peak level so the body can do what it's meant to do, which is heal itself. And then you throw in what I'm talking about right now. This is healing. This is self-healing that works. Let's call it empowered healing, and let's get out there and start doing this and sharing this with others. You need a little boost in the process. Firm believer in the ivermectin and fenben healing modalities, healing medicines, and the protocols that are being discussed right now. And there's other ones, and I'm available to talk to you about all of this. I'm available to assist you. And I'm not charging you for it, okay? You want a phone call with me, go to my website, itsallgood.com. Send me a message from there. You type in Dr. Dream into Google, I'm pretty sure my phone number comes up. Certainly my email does. I'm available to help. That's what I'm about. That's why I'm here. There's hope. And it all involves us coming back to the fact that it's us, taking our power back and then using that power to heal ourselves. Now, if this whole thing just sounds crazy to you and doesn't work for you, great. Go on to the next video. My livelihood doesn't count on people coming up and doing these phone calls. Okay, this is the role I'm here to play. This is related to the why of my existence. So, short podcast tonight. Just wanted to get this information out there because I believe that it is what's needed right now. I believe that there will be a whole number of people that will watch this podcast and be like, I'm doing this. I'm going to try this. And as we get some testimonials from people and what's happening with them and the experiences that we're having, we will definitely share them with you. In the meantime, you know where to find me. Itsallgood.com. I thank you for being part of the It's All Good family, supporting the It's All Good show. Be sure and subscribe so you get notices when the shows come out. and just know deep gratitude and appreciation for us all being here together, going through what we're going through. We'll see you next week on the It's All Good show. This is Dr. Dream signing off.